vs. Capcom!
What's up, everybody? This is Kevin here from Happy Beard Games, and this is Wii Wednesdays, where I choose a Wii game from my library of Wii games and play them each week on Wednesday, just so I can show you a little bit of the Wii's library. I have about 100 or so different Wii games, and soon even more WiiWare games, which are the downloadable titles. And I'm going to try to cover as much as I can. There's a lot more on Wii, and I try to pick up at least one Wii game every month, at least. And yeah, so let's just start up with Wii Wednesdays. For this week, we are playing the game sort of in honor of another game. Street Fighter V came out this week, so I'm going to play a game that's similar to Street Fighter in some aspects, and that is Tatsunoko vs. Capcom Ultimate All-Stars for the Nintendo Wii. This is a Wii exclusive, guys. This is a pretty cool game. It's a fighting game. It's sort of similar in vein to Capcom vs. SNK or Marvel vs. Capcom. So it's kind of like one of those games, and it's also it's a crossover between two series or franchises or companies. So basically, it's Capcom characters versus Tatsunoko characters, which is a Japanese anime production studio. So some of these you may not be so familiar with, especially on the Tatsunoko side, but for me, I'm familiar with a couple of them, just not too much. And even on the Capcom side, there's a few that I don't really know too well. But that's not really what's important about the game too much. It's cool to see your favorite characters come together in this clash of fighting, but at the same time, the core gameplay you can play without even knowing too much about these characters. It's sort of like Super Smash Brothers. You might not know all the characters, but you can still have a lot of fun with it. So let's get started today on a Wii Wednesdays on Happy Beard Games with Tatsunoko vs. Capcom on the Wii. Just quickly, I want to point out that if you're playing this game, this is the controller that I recommend. It's the Wii Classic Controller Pro. Do not use the Wii Remote. However, you will need a Wii Remote in order to plug it into the end here, and then you use that to power up this controller. So you can't use the controller by itself. It doesn't have any like battery or anything inside it for that, but you need it to attach to a Wii Remote, and then you use it just like like a Super Nintendo controller. Basically, it works really, really well, and it's just a really good controller. It works really good for fighting games, which is why I'm recommending it directly for this game. But for me today, I'm actually going to be using a different controller. Alright guys, I got a special controller just for this video and just for this game that I'm showing you here. It's the Tatsunoko vs. Capcom Arcade Fight Stick. And it's really big, really heavy, really cool, got lots of great buttons, lots of customization options. You can actually mod this using arcade cabinet quality and actual parts from the arcade onto this controller. You just kind of open it up in the bottom. There's little screws on here. And yeah, I haven't done it yet, but I know how, pretty much. It's actually quite simple. And yeah, so this is a really cool arcade stick. It's got really good art. It's got a nice texture feel on it. It's got a really good joystick that actually feels really good. It's got all these buttons that are really high quality, and it's got start and select back there on the back. It's got all these buttons up here. It's got turbo features, and you can lock it, and it's home button. Everything you need to play the Wii, especially on a fighting game like this. You just plug it into your Wii Remote, just like the last controller I showed you, and then you're good to go. And we're going to be playing it with this. Now, normally I don't play Let's Plays using arcade fight sticks, but since this is a tribute to Street Fighter V's release, we're going to do it arcade style, fighting game style. Let's do this.
You can push yourself to the limit, be strong and jump with me. You can fly above a rainbow with me, 'cause you're
Alright guys, it's been a long time since I played Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. I played it quite a bit back when it was new, and I actually really enjoy this game. It's really fun. There's Versus, which is you against a local player. There's Online, which is you against an online player. And there's Arcade, of course, once again. There's Survival, where you keep going, you keep fighting until your life bar gets lower and lower. You know, like in a normal fight, you would die or something, but in this, you keep your same health bar, and you just keep going. Enemy after enemy. And then Time Attack, if you're trying to beat the game at a certain time limit. Pretty simple. I don't think I played Time Attack too much, but I did Survival and Arcade, and of course Versus a lot. So let's go to Arcade. Let's check this game out. Now, there's a lot of cool things in this game that you can do. Now, this is a tag team game, so you have, I believe you have 2 characters in your team in this one. So let's see what we got here. We've got time limits, so we've got Ken, June. Those are from G-Force, or also known as Gatchaman. It was localized as G-Force back in the 80s in the US. All these different characters. A lot of these characters I do not know anything about. They're from different animes. I think that's from Gatchaman, G-Force as well. And then you've got the Capcom characters. You've got Zero from Mega Man X. You've got Frank from Dead Rising. You've got this Robot from Lost Planet. You've got Beautiful Joe. I don't know who that is. Roll from Mega Man Original. Onimusha guy, Mega Man Legends, and you've got Rival Schools, Street Fighter 3, Darkstalkers, Street Fighter 2. Alright guys, now that I'm warmed up with a little practice round, I'm going to show you how to play, real briefly, and we're going to do a tribute to Street Fighter 5, so I'm choosing Ryu and Chun-Li from Street Fighter 2, and of course Ryu from Street Fighter 1. In tribute of Street Fighter 5, which is coming out this week. Actually, I think it already came out like yesterday, or maybe Monday, but yeah, so here we go. Let's do this. We're fighting against 2 random CPU characters on a really cool looking stage, actually. Alright, so this is a 3-button game, guys. You use Y, X, and A buttons in order to do your attacks. That's all you need to know for your attacks. Now, so we've got Punch, we've got Harder Punch, and we've got Kick with Ryu. Okay, and then B button, you push it at any time, just B by itself, no arrows, and you can summon and you're tagging your buddy. If you want to switch out, you gotta wait for your partner to be okay. So see if you push B, it'll say your partner's kind of grayed out in that icon up at the top where your health bars are. And yeah, so once they're okay and they're back in there, then you can switch to them. So I'm going to switch over to Chun-Li by holding the back arrow and pushing B. So you hold back and like back away from yourself, and the B button in order to switch back to your other tag partner. But yeah, so I'm going to try to beat this fight while talking to you, and hopefully I won't do too bad, considering that I'm really very rusty at this game right now, and I don't usually play as Chun-Li, by the way. Sometimes I do play as Ryu. It's pretty easy to play as. So what else you got here, besides these attacks, is you got this little gauge at the bottom. It goes up to 5 for the max, and you can't really customize it like on Capcom vs. SNK, but you can wait till it fills up and you can do a special attack. So let's try to do one of those right now. You can also do things like breaks that take it away, that'll help you get out of a tricky, sticky situation. Here we go. There we go. Got one of my special attacks with Chun-Li. There's stronger ones you can do, and I believe the stronger ones actually take up more of your gauge. See how it only went down by 1, so now it's at 4. Ooh, that was a killer combo. I'm going to switch over to Ryu now. So you see, it's a pretty fun, straightforward fighting game, but it has a lot of over-the-top moves. Like, some of these moves are even more over-the-top than on Street Fighter 4. And there's a huge cast of characters, lots of different things. Oh yeah, I did a high jump there. You can do, Great can do that too. You can jump pretty high. You hold down for a second. It's actually easier to do on a thumbstick than it is on a D-pad to me, or a joystick. You hold down for a second and then you push up, and you can do like a really high jump. Yeah, I played this game quite a bit back in the day. I'm not very good at it right now, as you can see, but it's pretty cool. And it's kind of tough. It's not too much tough. If you can play Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo, you can play this, no problem, because The boss in this is tough, and I wish I could show you it, but it would take a long time. But it's a lot easier than M. Bison. It's like a giant monster, more cinematic fight battle thing. Yeah, it's not like a normal fighter. It's like a more cinematic fight thing. But you know, it still plays the same. But it's a lot easier than M. Bison on Super Nintendo. So let's turn this up a notch. Shoryuken! Missed it. Hadouken! Come on, Chun-Li, help me out. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to Chun-Li. She has more health than me, and you can see there's that red bar. It's pretty common in tag team fighting games. Like, you see the red on the bar, it'll actually, your health will go up to that and fill up, and the green is your actual health. So the red is health you can kind of restore by waiting in the side where you're waiting to be tagged in. Oh no, she's gonna tag up. Nope, I got you. Got you, Yatterman 2, which I think is an unlockable character, by the way, guys. I have every character unlocked. I think there's 4 unlockable characters. I could be wrong about that. Because it's been a while since I played it, but you do have to buy them, once again, from that shop that I showed at the main menu, where you can purchase new characters, and you get money from playing arcade mode, and I think maybe from the other modes as well. You definitely get a lot from beating arcade mode. So there we go, KO! Alright, we did it! Yeah, classic Chun-Li pose there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. How does it feel to have defeated your first match on Tatsunoko vs. Capcom? I don't know. It just feels like playing Street Fighter or something like that. It's pretty cool. As you just learn, I'm not one to hold back. Even in the air, I can still dance all over your face. That's the quote. Okay, then we go to the next stage, and I'll just play a little bit for you guys and see if there's anything else in my mind that I need to clarify about this really cool video game. Yeah, so I'll just probably talk through this one. I'm not really paying too much attention to the gameplay here, but it's a really fun game, guys. I highly, highly recommend this. If you like fighting games and you have a Wii, get this game as soon as you can, because it's fun, and it holds up. It really does hold up. It's one of those games that, I don't know. It's just, it really feels like one of those games that you will come back to every once in a while. Maybe not quite as much as the original on Super Nintendo, but, you know, this is a really good one. I like this one a lot, actually. Like, it's not quite as good as Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which I really enjoyed back on the PlayStation 2. And I think it's a little bit better than Capcom vs. SNK, although the character roster is quite a bit smaller. That might turn some people off. But you gotta remember, this is in full 3D. That's a pretty big thing to do. I remember back on Capcom vs. SNK, a lot of the character models were actually just reused or borrowed from earlier games, like on the PlayStation 1 or the Super Nintendo maybe, but this is full 3D, so they redid all the characters, and they might have borrowed some from Street Fighter 4, because I think this came out after Street Fighter 4, but I don't know. Maybe just a little bit. But this is it's like completely new stuff, and the gameplay feels familiar enough that it's really fun, and I don't know, it's just a really good game. I don't know. And it had online at one point. It doesn't have online anymore, so keep that in mind, guys. But local is where it's at. And actually, the online was not that bad. It had leaderboards and stuff, but I'm talking about the lag. You know, if you know fighting games, you know lag online and stuff like that. But, yeah, it was not that laggy, really. It really wasn't. I mean, sure, it had lag spikes and stuff, but comparing it to Super Smash Bros. Brawl on the Wii, it was not nearly as laggy as that, trust me. It was bad, but it wasn't unplayable. So, I don't know, people got a really bad idea of what online was like on Wii just from playing Smash Bros. Brawl, because it's so popular. And that had pretty bad online, honestly, in terms of lag. But this, and games like Monster Hunter, Capcom knew what they were doing with the online on Wii, so yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know, I guess there's not really too much else for me to say, but this game is really good if you like fighting games. I thought it was funny, we both did grabs, like, pretty quickly after each other. Aminada! Stupid kick. Alright guys, yeah, I guess there's not really that much else for me to say about this game in this short span of time that I have with you today. But yeah, just take it as my recommendation that if you have a Wii, this is one of those games that needs to be in your library if you're a serious Wii fan. Even if you're not a fighting game fan and you just like Wii games, this is a good one to have. Because you can play it pretty casually on multiplayer and still have a good time. You don't have to be like an expert to play this game with your friends. And there's even difficulty settings, so you can lower it a lot lower than what I'm playing right now. So it's pretty cool. There is, however, no speed settings. It's not like a turbo, where you can increase the speed like on like the Super Nintendo Street Fighter Turbo games. There's none of that. I think that's mostly because it's 3D and it would hurt the frame rate or something. I really don't know. But there's no speed settings on this game. Subscribe to my channel, you'll see more of these videos up every week on Wednesdays. I choose a different Wii game every week, and sometimes they'll fit with a little bit of a theme, like this was a tribute to Street Fighter V. Alright guys, that's about it for Wii Wednesdays. This is Kevin on Highbeard Games playing some Tatsunoko vs. Capcom on the Nintendo Wii for Wii Wednesdays. Once again, thanks for watching. If you want to support my channel, please subscribe. Leave a like, it helps a lot. Comment, let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want to support my channel, you can actually just leave like a Wii game that you'd like to see me play on Wii Wednesdays, and I'll either get it, play it on Wii Wednesdays, or I might already have it, and I'll play it on Wii Wednesdays sooner. If I don't have it, it might take a couple weeks before I can play it. Also, share this video and my channel, Highbeard Games, on various social media, mostly Twitter. Alright guys, so thanks for watching once again. Until next time, Highbeard Games, I'll see you then. Happy Beard Games, out! Hadouken!